A walk through any forest reveals a striking range of plant life. You have massive, woody trees towering overhead, fragile green herbs sprouting near your shoes, and creeping vines clinging to whatever support they can find. On the surface, they all look different. They vary in height, the hardness of their stems, how their branches grow, and the shape of their leaves. Because these plants look so different above the soil, it's natural to assume their underground anchors, their roots, are just as varied and unpredictable. To know the exact shape of a plant's root system, it seems like you would have to physically rip it out of the ground to check. But we don't have to destroy a plant to see how it's anchored. This variety above ground follows a specific pattern. If you know how to read these signs, you can stand above the soil and know exactly what is growing beneath it. A plant's physical anatomy operates as a strictly coordinated system. The parts you can see are connected to the parts you can't by a consistent biological logic. By identifying the specific structural pattern on a single leaf, you can accurately predict the shape of that plant's invisible root system. This relationship is dictated by the blueprint locked inside the very thing that birthed the plant, the seed. Understanding this link changes how you see a simple walk outside, allowing you to visualize the hidden structures of the natural world. To understand this link, we start by looking closely at the surface of a leaf. We are looking for the leaf's structural wiring, known in biology as venation. Notice this broad leaf. Veins form an interconnected web. This is reticulate venation, common on hibiscus or peepal leaves. Contrast this with a thin leaf. Veins run in straight parallel lines from base to tip. This is parallel venation, seen on grass or wheat. These surface patterns are the external indicators of the plant's internal underground plumbing system. Let's follow that plumbing below the soil, where we find two distinct architectural styles of root systems anchoring these leaves. This cross-section shows a taproot system. One thick central root drives straight down, with smaller lateral branches, like a mustard plant. Alternatively, a fibrous root system is a shallow cluster of dense, equally sized roots spreading outward from the stem base. Every plant adopts one of these above-ground wirings and one of these below-ground anchors. The pairing of the two is never a matter of chance. What underlying mechanism forces a specific leaf pattern to always pair with a specific leaf and root structure? The answer is found at the origin point of the entire organism. We have to inspect the seed, specifically the first leaves that emerge from it, known as cotyledons. This dicotyledon seed has two symmetrical halves, like a chickpea, developing into a taproot and reticulate leaf. A monocotyledon seed is a single undivided unit, like maize, corresponding with a fibrous root system and parallel leaf veins. The seed functions as the developmental blueprint. It dictates the structural path of the entire plant long before the first leaf ever emerges. Now return to the diverse forest from earlier, but look at it through the lens of this biological connection. When you look at a simple blade of grass, you can identify those straight parallel lines and know there is a fibrous root system below, identifying the plant as a monocot. When you observe a broadleaf plant like a rosebush, those net-like leaves tell you there is a deep taproot anchoring it, confirming it as a dicot. This classification of seeds helps organize the variety of trees, shrubs, and climbers into two predictable groups. This gives you a new perspective on nature. You can look at any leaf and understand the hidden architecture buried underground without ever needing to see it. Biodiversity is an incredible interconnected system. The tiniest seed holds the instructions for the structure of the entire living world.